Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing Spectating Randoms, and this is something we've done quite a while on the channel. We've obviously been doing a lot of collabs. Solos will stay on the channel because this seems to be the most popular, but the dynamic of having more people come in, maybe give their insight on how people play, I think is a very valuable part of the series. So if you're interested in either, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on, and make sure you hit the like button if these are what your preferred method are. Comment down below. I'm going to try and mix up the ratio so we're not only doing solos and we're not only doing the collabs. Want to have a good balance on the channel, so just let me know, and I'm going to go ahead and do whatever you guys are most interested in. One thing I will try to... Ooh, this guy's getting dominated by a burst weapon. That's one of the biggest problems with this meta right now. Get instantly deleted. He doesn't have any plates. He's kind of in a screwy spot here. He's going to get pushed. More than likely, he's going to get pushed. You can hear the guy... No. Did the guy not push? There he is on the rock. You can see him on the rock. You're going to get beamed. He's behind the rock. Dude didn't even fire his weapon. He's on the rock. There he is with his M16 floor loot. Now, I think that's still AUG. Maybe he got a gold chest. He's dead. He finished him off with that Uzi? Or does it just have the wrong icon? So what you're going to see is I'm going to try and keep the lobby strength on the screen. And we're going to go ahead and change it here. So he does have the AUG. That's what I thought. I was like, it sounds a little bit faster. It's definitely an AUG. It's an amazing floor loot. This guy has the best luck in the world. He needs to get some chests done. But he has 2 kills, collecting his scav. He does have somebody up on this higher left side. He's gliding in. Whoop. Easy peek. He did ping it. I don't know if that's even necessary. The guy's going to be a little too low. He doesn't have a suppressor. He's going to give away his position. Pretty easy.
Heading in.
Just finish your scav, get your money. So what I'm going to do is, as the lobby kind of gets a little bit weaker, what I'm going to do is see how strong the lobby was throughout and as players die. Because one thing that a lot of people get this confusion with is that a diamond lobby is only like a high skilled players, and that if you're an average player, you shouldn't be playing in those. And then if there's a bronze lobby, that there's no good players in those lobbies. But what we'll kind of slowly see is that as the lobby dies off, they all kind of funnel towards the same thing, where most of the players that are left over at the end are generally going to be the better players, because obviously you'd expect people that invest more time to getting better are going to make it towards the end. This guy's just basic looting, nothing crazy. He should be able to get his loadout once he's finished that. Picked up the dead silence. There's no real vehicle in the area for him to throw down the trophy. And he has a decent spot. He's going to end up rotating in. It'll probably end towards storage, which is a terrible ending. Just because there's too many different cubbies for people to just stand in and have ghost and shoot you in the back. They stun you. You're basically done. One other thing I did want to go ahead and talk about is I am going to be live streaming some of these on Twitch. So if you want to check out the Twitch channel, it's going to be linked near the top of the description. I'll play over there with different people. If I get any good gameplays that I think are worth sharing, I'll usually put them on my second channel, which is just JGOD Plays. And that's a pretty straightforward. You can go ahead and check that out. And I should have a video going out live probably as soon as this video is done with. You can go ahead and check that one out as well.
Heading in.
Get your loadout. You don't have enough quite for a to get the self-revive or a UAV, but it'll start. Throw it over here, out of zone. Should be mostly empty over here. You can still hear the gunfire. Obviously, he saw people over there. Let's see what his loadout's going to be. Okay, FFAR, Car 98. Basically the same loadout everyone uses. It's either this one or the AUG, which... At least if somebody snipes me, they have to hit my head. If somebody uses the AUG, dead. The total forgiveness within about 80 meters. Easy kills. Oh, he saw the glint. He saw the glint. Oh, look at that little hop out, huh? He trying. And he got cracked. Chest shot. A lot of people are bringing that up. They're like, the Karga 98 get nerfed? No, it did not get nerfed. It does 154 to the chest. Or 153 or 154. Either way, it's enough to break all your 3 plates. That's why it'll pop up the icon, even if someone's fully plated. So, even if you thought you got a headshot, it was pretty much a chest shot. Because I've hit somebody. I posted it over on Twitter. It was a 600-meter shot with the Kar 98. One shot, person died, dead. No, oh, I broke armor. No, it was a one shot, broke armor, died instantly. So the headshot's still good, at least up to 669 meters, I think the shot was. Okay. He has a dead silence here, which is pretty broken for this play. I don't really like how slow he's moving in this situation. I would have probably taken up this left edge, maybe get behind a wall. He could hear the guy. He's going to pop the deadie. Boom. The guy's running further away. I would have stayed on the inside, kind of where he's at now. He should be able to catch this guy. It's going to be a stupid easy kill. Guy has no clue. He's getting rolled up on. And there it goes. That's not the same skin, so there's still another one. He has to remember that. He can get rolled up on now, because there's going to be another one in this general direction where he ended up hitting that chest shot. I almost thought that was a guy in the corner for a quick second. There's another dead silence. Hopefully he picks it up. Perfect. This actually seems like a pretty decent player. They play a little bit slower because solos, you do have to play slower. You wouldn't expect them to be full on aggression everywhere. But I think on this outside of the wall, there's no really exit strategy. If you start getting shot right here, that's it. You know, like he was kind of in a bad spot, knowing that there was somebody close by. Now he's going to get the UAV, self-revive. Or just double UAV. Yeah, double UAV. That's okay. Risk it. He still might have gulag. I don't know. We started spectating him right off the bat. Okay. He's going to do a recon. Oh, somebody's in the sky. There's two loadouts here. So that must be the person nearby. It's going to ping them by airplane. Maybe they're gliding in. That's... What kind of trash is that? His free loadouts on the roof. They need to figure that crap out. It wasn't like that a couple months back. Like, it would... Landing on the roof, really? Like, their RNG is all busted there. That's stupid. Because that puts him at a disadvantage, right? Like, he's kind of stuck. No ghost. He probably wanted ghost. Maybe restock. Maybe high alert. High alert's actually a little bit underrated. Right now, for whatever reason, on that Warzone ranked metrics, it actually says using that. Players that use that tend to have a little bit higher KD, I guess, because they know when they're getting targeted. I think that's what I have to start running for my second loadout. Instead of ghost, I'm going to go with high alert, just because the AUG, it's just annoying as hell. Oh, he's actually going to jump off and go for it. That's kind of 200 IQ stuff, but very risky. There was one loadout. If that person flew back in, they could have landed on their loadout. They weren't on the UAV other than airport, or that little where the airplane crashes. Sideways glide? Sideways? Nah, you can make it straight. Sideways, you could make it like on top of that left one. He's getting beamed. And there it goes. Quick and easy. Got destroyed. What did he get hit by? It seemed pretty fast. It was a headshot. I don't think it was the A. Oh, there it is. M16. Burst weapons. It was like bream, bream. I was like, it sounded a little bit different than the AUG. So that guy's out. And what sucks is he grabbed the loadout, so he can't even get the perks. His loadout's gone. It's going to despawn. This guy's got his third kill there. He stacked up with the same pretty much meta loadout, AUG, M16, Car 98, and then FFAR. That's it. That's pretty much all the diversity. And you can't blame anyone. Obviously, that's the meta for a reason. If you kind of veer off of that, you're going to put yourself in a disadvantage most of the time. Obviously, you're not as comfortable sniping, or you want a little bit more range. Maybe you use, like, I don't know, stoner or something like that. You can get away with those things. But if you go against someone within 80 meters, which is pretty close distance, generally, I mean, it's a reasonable amount, you're more than likely going to lose that gunfight if they're using the AUG and you're using anything else. Just kind of how it works. M16 is a little bit more consistent because of that recoil pattern. So it's kind of that trade-off where you can just pull down on the recoil and you're good to go. So he's not slide cancel or anything. I'm not saying you have to slide cancel, but generally running in a straight line is not usually the best. Obviously he kind of has to based off the way the zone is. But he's not even kind of like moving in there. And you get about 10% more movement speed from slide canceling. So there is an advantage with that. Can't reset the tack sprint. Not getting that extra movement. Okay, where's he going to go? There's only 26 players left. The lobbies have been dying out so quick. Obviously, the hacker issue is a big issue right now, which is still kind of annoying. I didn't run into as many today. I played for 5 hours on stream. Didn't run into maybe 1, maybe 2 out of like 12 matches or so. I guess that's still a high percent, right? That's like 15% or so. There he goes. He got a little bit of attack sprint. Now he's like, oh, I'm in the airfield. I can get screwed here. Doesn't really have enough money to do anything. That guy is sniping up top. Can't do much with this gun. I wouldn't look. There's no even reason to look. Unless the guy jumped down, you're not going to get that kill. So there's 2 in that building. And then there's 1 to the left shooting. And then there's a car down low. So there's a total of 4 players in that general direction. So quiet because half the lobby's dead. Or I guess 75% of the lobby's dead. Okay, what are we doing? So one thing you could do in this situation is you could grab one of the bounties if you wanted. That would at least give you a portable UAV at the, you know, quote unquote, a portable UAV for the meantime. And then that would allow you to at least have an idea of where one player on the map is. That guy probably already jumped. I'm pretty sure that's going to come out of the zone. You hear the gunfire behind him a little bit. And in front. So you got those both actions going on. There's explosions. Strong power position would be able to get on this left side. He's taking this approach. This is still solid. He's going to have a good head glitch. He could beam this dude right here. He's mounted. That's a good mounting spot. You could mount while crouched. He's got to get this guy, though, as he rotates across. It will be a super easy kill because he's going to be in the open. He's going to rechange angles on you. Most likely, he's going to go to that right side. There's opening. You can get sniped. He's going to actually let him. Oh, man. If that was that guy, I would have went to the out of the line of sight where the end of that L-shaped building is. Right here, there's space where he can angle it. But he's just chowing. He doesn't have self-revive, so it's very dangerous to chow a sniper without self-revive. Because in this particular scenario, if you have self-revive, 99% chance you are going to be able to self-revive yourself back up. Because it's kind of up. The guy would have to throw a very precise nade, and he would have to throw 2 of them, or time it perfectly to throw the nade right when you're rezzed. How's the zone looking? Okay, we're still looking over towards Boneyard area. It might go towards blue. We'll see where the zone shifts on this next one. Still 20 players. He did the best what he could do with the scenario. They do have a dead silence, so that's going to be huge. Doesn't really need much in this scenario other than just money to get a self and some plates. Basic necessities. Grab the bounty now. Grab the bounty. It's going to last you the 3 minutes or so. There it is. And that gives you one guy over here. There still could be a different guy rotating in. This is Mitch XX Mitch. 8,400. That's solid for the bounty right now. I wonder how many contracts this guy did then. He must not have done many, but it's still pretty high. 8,400. Maybe it's different values in solos. I feel like it shouldn't be that high. Maybe like 5 or 6 grand right now. But 8,400 is a bit much. So more explosions. Somebody just died from that explosion. That was his bounty. It got cleared off. So like marking where the bounty would have been is right at the top of storage here. Oh, we got a plate box. Throw it down. There you go. There you go. That's about all you can do. You could, yeah, I think the daddy's going to be more valuable. Especially if you get into where you hear someone, they hear you. You can outplay them. Because the audio cues are so important in the game. Even though they're not flawless. They don't work perfectly. Somebody already grabbed the vehicle over here behind it. So that's already gone. It's probably gone a lot earlier though. So this vehicle is this floor one. That one's a different vehicle. So someone's almost 100% at this blue building where this buy is. I don't believe that's a spawn building there. And it could be someone who's done recons or something. Oh, another plate box. And then there's a buy. He's got to be very careful with this buy. He has enough to get the self-revive or the UAV, but not both. If he loots the gas station, he might be able to get an extra $100. Let's get UAV.
Requesting recon.
All right. So there's the guy who killed his bounty. There's one here. That's 1, 2, 3, and him 4. 13 other players on the other side of the map or have ghost. Kind of weird that he decided to play passive. I would have tried to loot one more box right there just to try and get the self-revive. Because if he gets sniped in this window, he's dead. Good, clean hit. Oh, that guy's so one bullet. Okay, he's still there. Will he get an angle? I think this is generally how most people play solos. The videos you'll see posted where people are just running around like a chicken with their head cut off. They die 10 times in a row to get the one like gameplay where it worked out really well. It doesn't always work out that way. So YouTube videos are not it, right? Like people, I've seen people play for 12 hours and they get tossed in the blender. Bad match after bad match after bad match after bad match. But because they're incredibly talented, they eventually get a good match. Even if it's in a Diamond 1, Diamond 4 lobby, it doesn't matter. There's players dropping 30 or 40 kills without any kind of cheats or special assistance, hacks, or anything, just because they're different breeds of players. Just like the same way with sports, there's professional athletes, even despite their physical characteristics where they're 7 foot tall or whatever, they're just incredibly talented. And they're able to like not only participate but excel at a particular sport. Wes Welker's a good example of that. Like 5'10", wide receiver in the NFL, right? But a lot of these players, they're just naturally gifted with twitch reflexes, ability to control recoil, good being able to spot stuff. That's one thing I sometimes, you notice it after the fact. And I see people, even top players, they miss stuff where a guy will be like on the corner of the screen. And obviously as a viewer, you're like, oh, you missed that guy at 237. Well, I was looking right here, or I looked at my mini map. Bertha's rolling in. The guy's going to grab the bounty, maybe. Gulag's closing, so that could be very bad. Oh, there it is. See this guy, and then there's another Bertha here. So these guys probably fought it out. So that's probably where the zone's going to end. A couple people have probably done enough recons where they're positioned more towards the center zone. And this is a hard shift to push from this side out there. Blue building is very powerful. We'll see how it shifts though. Maybe I'm just wrong and those guys are not. There's another guy up here at the edge. There's no buy plays either. There's no buys in zone other than that buy too. This is going to be a tricky spot for him. Not doing bad. This is generally, like I said, how vast majority of players will play. I think most players average between 1 and 2 kills. And have like a 0.8 to a 1.1 KD. The other thing I'll mention is that there's like a slot machine, right? When we first died and started spectating a player in the game, there's total RNG, right? There's 147 players left, or 146 by the time I end up dying. Out of those 146, whether people got DC'd, there's a percentage that are good, there's a percentage that are average, and then there's a percentage that are towards the bottom. What a lot of people don't realize is if just a roll of the dice. If I end up spectating one of the people in the bottom 10% and they just make it far, people are like, oh, that lobby was an easy lobby. I wish I had those lobbies. Well, we really only spectated a small sliver of the lobby. Whereas if I ended up spectating the number 1 player in the lobby, you'd be like, damn, that's a super sweaty lobby. And ended up with a guy like that, blah, blah. So you got to kind of, like, I've done enough of these to realize that most players are there. The lobbies, there's average, below average, and there's top tier players that are either good, like playing a BR, they know how to position, like this guy's doing. He's playing it pretty well for a BR, like navigating around as best he can, playing from zone to zone, rotation to rotation, pulling off an engagement he doesn't feel as comfortable with. Should have definitely had a self-revive. It's too late now. He can get sniped from anywhere. But then there's other people that are just cracked out movement-wise, but make terrible decisions. Nice. Instantly deleted with 2 bursts. You love to see it. Another one right here on your right. I think there's another one. Wasn't there another guy? Or I thought I heard footsteps. I almost... Maybe he's on top of the bridge? Maybe that loot. I thought I heard something. I'll have to listen it back on recording. I almost felt like I had to have heard something. He can get beamed here. That guy has a no glint sniper. You got to be careful. Good broken armor. He basically fed a kill to somebody else. The other problem with solos, Bertha, and the Rover, and 3 Berthas in the zone. 7 players left. 3 of them have Berthas. So almost half the lobby's in a Bertha. And he doesn't really have the equipment to do this. So what he has to do is wait for them to fight it out. There's no really other strategy. Because what's going to happen is once you start shooting at one Bertha, then the other one's going to roll up on you. He's so screwed here. 5 people in vehicles in this zone. 5. That's what Solos has become. And he's totally screwed. He shouldn't be... wait, no. The 60 round mag on the M16 is good. Not good on the AUG. It slows it down way too much. Will this guy jump off? This is terrible state of Solos, by the way. Okay, oh, that guy's going to get killed outside his zone. 5 other players left. Oh, he doesn't have a gas mask. He's dead. Oh, I thought he was so dead. Nice. That's what that guy gets. He shouldn't have won it. If the guy was talented, he would have at least jumped out and maybe beamed him because he was caught in a throw animation. That's the big problem with these vehicles because you have to pick your poison. I've had it where somebody's running up on me, I'm firing my weapon, and then by the time they jump out, I'm caught reloading. So it's pretty bad. 1v1v1. He's going to get run over here. And he got sniped. But the Bertha's the real problem here, right? Like he's getting sniped by the guy up top hill, but the Bertha is the real issue here. He might still be able to win this because the Bertha distracted enough. He popped Deddy. Wasn't necessary other than the faster movement. He's getting sniped. Too late. Not much you could do there. Now we're going to see a 1v1 vehicle face-off. It's probably going to be a boring ending. It might even be over by the time we get here. He's stunned. Controller player. Oh, I thought he had it. Almost. Almost. Tough way to die. Double stun. Bertha. That's the way you win solos if you really want to do it. Force all your engagements up close. And there you have it. So you guys were able to see the lobby strength the entire time, the top player, the bottom player, the median, those types of things, and the overall average lobby strength throughout. And as a trend, we saw all those numbers slowly increase over time. So as you get closer and closer to late game, that lobby ends up getting harder and harder. Obviously, we saw an upset with the highest KD guy in the lobby getting dumpstered by somebody who had a sub 1 KD. And that's the way the game is designed. Believe it or not, they want lower skilled players to stand a chance. That's why those stuns are as powerful as they are, and that's why the Berthas have not been changed, because without those 2 scenarios happening, that guy probably doesn't win that match. He stops playing Warzone, and he's not buying anything from the store. It's kind of how it goes. So now we can see the players throughout the lobby. We can see that the KDs, we had some pretty high KDs. Unfortunately, we didn't spectate the best player in the lobby until the end of the match, and unfortunately, he didn't look too hot in that moment. In terms of kills, there was only 2 people that broke double digits. We had this ex-Mitch, who ended up being the bounty, who got killed off a lot earlier. We saw it pop up on the screen, and then we had this other guy that ended with 13, and the next closest was 9, and then it kind of drops off pretty hard to a bunch of people that had 4. And when we make it to the end, more often than not, what's going to happen is the person who wins is going to have somewhere between 4 and 6 kills, because that's how many engagements they get in before they actually make it to the end and before the circle and everyone dies off. And we can see that here, the guy who ended up winning got his 4th kill, probably just kind of moved around, looted, ended up having 1,200 damage. And that's how it goes. And that's how, if you want to win, he ended up losing his gulag. So I'm not sure exactly how that works, but at the end of the day, he won the match. If you enjoyed the video or liked any of the changes, make sure you hit the like button and leave a comment down below letting me know. And if you're brand new looking to find your way back, double check, make sure you are subscribed with notifications on. Over here on JGOD, maybe even JGOD Plays, which is my second channel, or go ahead and check out my live streams over on Twitch, all linked down in the description. Appreciate all the support on the content. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.